Well, in the midst of all the politics and the rhetoric, there is also another interesting catfight, if you can call it, which has happened over the canine. In fact, on your screens, you can see the Rottweiler, Henry, who both of them have claimed custody of. Remember, in the midst of it all, Mahua Moitra as well as Dehadrai, who is a lawyer at the Supreme Court, both of them have claimed that this dog belongs to them. So currently what we do know right now, as per Dehadrai, that Henry is with Mahua Moitra and she has kept him locked up in her bungalow. On the other hand, you have Mahua Moitra, who has not spoken about it, but it's quite interesting because every day Dehadrai has been putting out a tweet saying he's worried about his dog and where she is. In fact, let me go across to Siddharth. Aishwarya is also joining us. But before that, Siddharth, a series of tweets have been coming out again and again by Dehadrai, isn't it? Specifically seeking custody of the Rottweiler, Henry.
In fact, Meghna, more than just tweets, this is actually a formal complaint that's been lodged on the part of Mr. Dehadrai, a Supreme Court lawyer. And this complaint was in fact sent to Sanjay Arora, IPS Officer, Commissioner of Police, Delhi on the 19th of October. And let me just take you through the operative portion where he speaks about Henry, the Rottweiler. He says, "My bond with my dog Henry is that of a parent and a child. I've looked after him since he was 40 days old and I understand his every need and concern. Ms. Moitra has deliberately kidnapped and hidden Henry away from me since the 10th of October 2023 with the intent to harass and blackmail me in response to the CBI complaint dated the 14th of October, which I have filed against her. I would request you with folded hands and all humility that this dog Henry belongs with its rightful owner parent. Time is of the essence and I would beseech you to please reunite me with Henry at the earliest. Under such circumstances, I anticipate tremendous fear and threat to my life. I request you to please protect my life and liberty and help me get my dog Henry back." The second para is in fact about the amount of money that was paid to actually secure Henry. It's a total payment of rupees 75,000 over 2 installments. The payment receipt depicting the transfers is something that Mr. Dehadrai has also attached to the complaint. So basically he's seeking the custody of his dog, a Rottweiler named Henry, who he claims has now been kidnapped by Mahua Moitra.
So that's an interesting turn in the midst of the entire cash for query scan. In fact, let me go across to Aishwarya also. Aishwarya, of course, Mahua Moitra has given out a statement and she has put out now and then whatever she has to say in the defense. Any kind of updates, if he must ask, about the Rottweiler Henry? Has she confirmed that he is actually at her home in her possession?
Well, Meghna, both Mahua and Anant Dehadrai had its own views on Rottweiler, but what we know so far is that every pet and dog needs its own space. Today morning, when we were reporting from outside Mahua Moitra's residence, the Rottweiler named Henry came out for a jog with one of the guards over here, and we have seen that dog present at Mahua Moitra's residence. What Anant had claimed is that when Henry was just 41 days, since then he was keeping that dog with him, and Anant also called that dog as his father. But on the other side, Mahua Moitra claimed that Anant kidnapped that dog by trespassing the official residence of Mahua Moitra. Just not the dog, but also several paintings and other things had been taken by Anant. Now, just not tweets and allegations, but also a formal complaint has been filed by Anant, and currently the position of Henry is at Mahua Moitra's residence.
Well, keep tracking the developments on that front. Thank you so much, Aishwarya, for joining us. However, do stay on with us because there's more breaking news which is coming in. Let's tell you a bit about the entire cash for query storm, which has completely intensified now. In fact, Mahua Moitra has also slammed the ethics panel chief. In fact, she has said that how did this affidavit reach the media in the first place? And she has said that BJP must just wants to expel me. Now, this is all very interesting because remember the affidavit which was written by Darshan Hira Nandani had submitted it to the Lok Sabha, after which it was made public, and Mahua Moitra now says that the ethics panel has made it public. In fact, in a 4-page statement also earlier that Mahua Moitra has said, she had said that the ethics panel is now functioning, and rather this affidavit which has been written and drafted by the BJP PIT cell and not by Darshan Hiranandani. But it's going to be interesting to see how all of this pans out politically as well as the probity which is already begun. Remember, Mahua Moitra has already been summoned by the Ethics Committee. We're going to be tracking it very closely here on Times Now. But for the time being, we are stepping onto a short break. Don't go anywhere.